The two highest, Hillsborough and Polk County, both at 16%. Now, Polk County's rise in cases can also be attributed to an outbreak at the state prison in the area, and the numbers there are concerning. Positive cases in the triple digits for inmates. 10 Tampa Bay's Bo Zimmer explains what all this means for those inmates, their families, and for the rest of Tampa Bay.
It's the ultimate quarantine. Think 14 days is bad? Imagine 20 years behind bars, unable to come or go. That was the sentence Erik Weyant got under Florida's controversial 10-20 life law for firing a gun into the air. We first featured his story back in 2016. Now he's facing a new battle to stay healthy in the Polk Correctional Institution near Polk City. The state prison ranks number 5 for the most cases of COVID-19. In a statement, the Florida Department of Corrections says all inmates and staff have been offered COVID-19 testing. Meals have been moved into the inmates' individual dormitories. Temperatures are checked throughout the day, and everyone has been issued a cloth face covering. An additional 5 symptomatic inmates have been placed in medical isolation awaiting test results. The good news, according to the state, not many staff members have tested positive yet. Only 5 so far. But as numbers across Polk County continue to climb, there is concern more staff could become infected.
Invariably, because they're closed environments, they're brought in from the outside. Somebody has come into a prison or into any sort of congregate living situation and has brought it in.
Dr. Joy Jackson is with the Polk County Health Department and says while inmates stay in their cells, prison workers go back home and into the community. For that reason, she says health departments are prioritizing testing and contact tracing for those working in high-risk settings to protect the rest of the area from further community spread.
We want to know about those folks to make sure that they're not testing positive so they can be isolated and their close contacts are not exposed.
By the way, this facility has just over 100 cases in inmates. Down in Avon Park, 21 staff members have tested positive. That prison is also in the state's top 10 with 145 confirmed cases.